She's got to go quickly. She's got to heave it. Gets it off in time. Yes!
Sports have always been a huge part of Mary Merg's life. The all-time leading scorer at UW Whitewater started running marathons after graduation
To win it. Yes!
and became the girls' basketball coach at Wauwatosa East High School.
Let's go, Laurie! Come on, Laurie!
So when she got this news,
he told me that I may never be running again.
it was brutal.
And I'll never be able to do so many things, like hike again, and I'm just really scared, and I don't want to live in pain anymore.
That was February of 2020. At that time, Mary had been dealing with blood pooling and burning sensations in her feet and legs that had been getting progressively worse for 5 months.
My calves and my legs were throbbing this morning, and so I decided to hop in the cold tub. You can kind of see the change in color of my skin.
She couldn't make a fist, but no matter how many doctors she saw, it was the same answer.
Nobody knew what was going on. All my test results came back negative, and I was only continuing getting worse.
By April, she couldn't really walk, and as the pandemic struck, that meant 6 weeks without leaving the house.
For me, just being an athlete, I definitely have some sort of identity in fitness and training and performing. It was really hard physically for me to lose just the ability of my body in that way, but even mentally, emotionally as well. I was frustrated all the time, and I felt like the one release that usually was my go-to stress reliever was not available.
Mary turned to woodworking as an outlet, all while advocating for her own health and seeing as many doctors as possible.
I was here like 2 days ago, and I'm back.
I promise you, I wish I could be running right now. I wish I could be active. That's like a huge part of my identity. So I really felt like there was definitely doctors that, just didn't give me the time of day. I had a doctor's appointment with 10 minutes, and I waited 3 months to see this doctor.
After a couple trips to the Mayo Clinic and seeing 17 different doctors, she went to Northwestern for lucky number 18.
She saw all my paperwork, all my files that I put together, and she said, I know what you have. It's called small fiber neuropathy.
Finally, an answer. Mary began steroid infusions and started getting better. 3 months into therapy, she started running again. A year later, she decided,
hey, how about in 6 months do a half Ironman?
16 months after being told she would never run again, Mary crossed the finish line.
For me, I'm just grateful that I can run. Some runs I just cry afterwards because I'm just so appreciative. Sometimes I forget, and you go back in time and you realize, well, 2 years ago I was thinking I was on my deathbed. So it's just a long journey, and I'm only 30, but I felt like I got my life taken away from me, and I'm being able to live it again. I'm just so incredibly grateful.
After 18 doctors and more than 2 years, her journey still isn't over. Some days she can run for miles. Others, it's a struggle just to put on socks due to the pain. But through it all, the good days and the bad, Mary kept coaching the Red Raiders, setting an incredible example for her players.
Mind over matter. It's just about being tougher.
Reporting in Wauwatosa, Scott Grodsky, CBS 58 Sports.